It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tip-off coming up shortly from Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. All right, this Warriors super team, hard to believe they got even scarier on paper than the roster that won 73 games. How do you guard them?
I don't know if you can, Ernie. You just got to be able to score against them because offensively, it's no way to really slow them down. They have too much skill, too much versatility, and too much shooting. Just a lot of much.
Same question to you, big guy.
Well, Ernie, when they go small, you got to pound them. You got to take it to them. Barbecue chicken alert down there in the middle. But, Ernie, unfortunately, most of the big men who could punish them have gone extinct. Extinct.
Kevin Harlan has the call.
They're unicorns.
We'll see you later.
Small ball.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, when Kevin Durant came into the NBA, he fudged a little about his height. He told the team staffer to list him at 6'9". He said, "I thought it was cool to say that I'm a 6'9" small forward. That's the prototypical size for a small forward." Of course, guys, he was selling himself short. He confessed that he was recorded at 6'10 3/4 with no shoes. So with his shoes on, he's 7 feet tall. Kevin?
And KD is certainly a rarity, D.A. His length and height and athleticism makes him a nightmare for any team he goes up against. Well, tonight, Clark, we have a matchup that showcases two teams that are very deadly from beyond the arc. Just how important has the three-point shot become in the NBA?
It's become the most important shot in the NBA in my mind, Kevin, because it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing defense. It's a shot that the fans can anticipate and really get into, and it forces the defense to spread out. I mean, the best offenses in the league now are really good at utilizing the three-point shot, making it and taking them to spread the defense.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Dirk is the 4, with Noel manning the middle. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Curry kicks to Durant. Offensive rebound. Here's Pachulia. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Offensive rebound. Here's Durant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
That free throw good from Durant.
And that second overall pick back in the 07 draft, were there a do-over, Durant would unquestionably be the #1 pick.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Out to Smith. 5 to shoot. No good on the 3.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Noel, a screen on Curry. The drive by Smith. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Excellent use of the screen that time. Curry's got his first points of the game.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Smith with a wide open look. No good from outside. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Snatched up. Outside for Curry. That 3 off the mark. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Barnes. No good there. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here's Nowitzki. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Smith. Here's Noel, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
And Noel really does a nice job in reading angles of shots. He really excels in avoiding box outs because he's so active, and he typically beats guys to important spots near the basket.
Dallas shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
On the free throw, no good. And as we get this far into the season, Clark, we start to hear trade rumors float around. Did you ever hear your name floated in trade talks?
You know, I didn't pay a lot of attention to news reports or the media. I would only occasionally read the paper, but there was a year, my second year in the league, where my name came up with Philadelphia possibly, but it was short-lived, and I didn't give it a lot of time or attention. You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
He dishes it to Nowitzki. Barnes passes to Matthews. Lets it go from 14. And it's in off the backboard.
Much respect you gotta give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
Green with a screen on Smith. Curry. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Curry's got his second basket of the night. Smith with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against San Antonio.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Here's Curry after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Outside, Green. Green with a screen for Pachulia. Durant dishes to Green. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Green's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Noel. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
And the Mavericks with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. Over Green.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back. I understand that. But you should send at least one guy after those.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And here's Smith. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. 6 to shoot. Barnes against Green. Barnes with another miss.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Dishes it to Green. Green, the screen. Curry passes to Thompson. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Warriors.
And the three-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
Mavericks trail by 7. Wesley Matthews on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. The shot's good from Smith.
Yeah, I like seeing Smith catch and fire. I mean, he's really good at getting in the lane off the dribble, but when he can catch and fire, that's even better.
And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Over Smith. Thompson misses. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And Matthews kicks to Barnes. Passes it to Smith. Nowitzki with the screen on Green. Back to Barnes. Over Thompson. And too long on the shot.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Smith with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. That shot wide open. And now just a 1-point Warrior lead.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. In third, the Warriors.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
Here's Young following the score by Dallas. Here's Livingston. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Livingston's got his first basket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Barea. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. A baseline J. David West grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Mavericks trail by 3. Now here's Barea. Here's the screen. Inside, Iguodala with the steal.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done. Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Warriors leading by 3. The shot's good on the assist by West. Iguodala's got his first basket of the night.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay. Boy, he's having a tough time right now. Seems like he's forcing his shot a bit to me, Kevin, not letting it come in the flow of the game.
Now, here is Young, looking for his first basket still in this one. Shoots the 3. Powell pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
There's the pick. Curry kicks to measure it. In the corner, Powell with it. Outside Curry. 4 on the clock. A floater. McGee with the block. And Young, here we go. And he gets the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 7. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Warriors leading by 7. Now Livingston. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland. West dishes to McGee. Here's Livingston. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think it was about lacking confidence in themselves. I just think the talent difference between the teams was too much for them to overcome.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left them no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The free throw drops for Powell.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
So he gets them both. And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
And, you know, Barea is a capable floor general. Very good at setting the table for his teammates.
Now, here's Livingston. Defense right on him. Screen by Young. It's Young on the wing. Here's Livingston. No good on that last second attempt there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead, leading by just 2. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too. Not saying I don't. But they're both fans, and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
They've got Iguodala. Nick Young is out there with Livingston. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's West in at the 4 slot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And the free throw, no good.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
Now, here is Young. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Portland. And a wide open look for Iguodala. Tries again. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Barea, no good. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is with a purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. McGee, the pass to West. Shoots over Powell, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career, and he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better, coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs, and they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
Mavericks trail by 3. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Young. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Barnes, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Now here's Barea. 5 points in the game. Barnes outside. Green with the block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves denying shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe.
Durant against Barnes. Here's Iguodala. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Down low, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And Barnes is a high flyer, now a huge target to throw to when he's sizing up that alley-oop.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Now here's Curry. 23 points for him the last game against Portland.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
And that stroke of Durant, effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
Curry against Barea. Barnes kicks to measure. Got a piece of it. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Barea. He has 5. Measury misses. Now the Warriors moving it up. Iguodala running. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
When he keeps his emotions in check, Green is a fantastic leader on the court. He can run a little hot, but there's no doubting his drive, his willingness to do whatever it takes to win.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Klay Thompson in for Andre Iguodala. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Measury. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Matthews, he's checked in for Curry. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Nowitzki a screen. Smith outside. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Free throw drop for Smith. And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel, because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding, one of the better teams in our league. He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Curry dishes to Durant. Now the feed to Pachulia. Durant kicks to Curry. Golden State moving it around. The shot by Thompson, no good. Mavericks trail by 5. On the wing, Barnes. Defended by Durant, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
You know, Barnes plays with confidence on the block. Excellent at being aggressive with the defense and earning the foul. And, you know, Harrison Barnes, guys, actually asked to become more of an isolation go-to scorer in Dallas. And remember, at Golden State, he kind of struggled in that role, but he's shown so much more confidence and comfort in creating his own shot this time around. I think he's embraced that role well.
That's good from Barnes. And the knock on Harrison Barnes was that he lacked the ball handling and fluidity to create off the bounce.
And, you know, Barnes, to his credit, didn't deny it. I mean, instead, he went to work. He's focused on staying low and studied guys like Paul Pierce, learning how to get to his spots.
Barnes hits them both.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Now, here's Matthews after the miss from Stephen Curry. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Green. The shot, no good. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Smith against Curry. Smith, left side. Pass to Noel. It's Nowitzki, top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. Kept alive. Nobody near Barnes. Nailed from three-point land. Barnes has got 7 points for the quarter. Curry against Smith. Curry passes to Green. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Green. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond, Greg, has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
And it's Smith missing.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
To the inside with the shot. Bank shot, no good.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, very efficient. Can't get much better than that, Kevin. A guy who takes high percentage shots with his stroke. Love his game.
Barnes grabs the miss.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Thompson for the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Matthews with it. 17 points in his last outing. Smith outside. Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith. Smith missing again.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Count the basket.
Gotta love the smooth shooting stroke of Thompson. Outstanding at shooting as soon as he catches the ball.
They get a hand on it. Barnes dishes to Smith. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews, no one around him, sinks the three-pointer. Matthews has got his second bucket tonight.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Curry kicks to Green. The screen from Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors with some changes. Nick Young's checked in for Durant, and it's Livingston in for Curry. The Mavericks also with a sub. McDermott's checked in. Now here is Smith. 8 points for him. There's the screen. Noel sets a screen for Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Dallas. The Warriors have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBAer.
Now here's McDermott following the miss by David West. And here's Matthews from the arc. Here's Noel. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And good job they're doing at the line this quarter. They'll need to continue converting those free throws.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Craig, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
The former Kentucky Wildcat Noel is a phenomenal defensive player who's really starting to find himself on offense as well.
And the Warriors making a change here. McGee's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. And the Mavericks, Clark, certainly have lived up to their name. They've never been scared to break the mold.
Exactly. And you like that about them. You respect it. They were taking threes in volume before everybody else. Now as the league follows suit, they go back to the mid-range game, not content to be followers. They want to be trendsetters. And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
They set the pick. Here's Smith. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Here's Livingston. And another basket for Golden State.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Smith outside. There's the dish to McDermott. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 5th assist in this one. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter. Livingston with it. He's against Smith. Thompson passes to Livingston, and the layup is good. Livingston's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now here's Noel. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Smith for 3. Smith missing again.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Livingston with it. Covered by Smith. And here's Livingston. He's got 10. The shot by Thompson, no good. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Smith. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
There, Smith wouldn't be denied. You can body him up, but he still finds ways to score despite getting whacked.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
Appreciate Dennis Smith now. This guy is terrific at scoring from everywhere. Very athletic and explosive.
From deep. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
You just got to take advantage of mismatches. Most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now, that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
We welcome you back to the beautiful Bay Area with the lights of Oakland illuminating the evening. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And so it's Golden State with it. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Noel in at the 5. Home in the paint. And so it's Dallas with it. The Warriors making the shot. Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith. Outside Matthews. For the lead, lock at 6. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Clark, a lot of ways to initiate the offense. What's the one thing you look for in a playmaker for a team?
I think the willingness to give the ball up early and then to be able to understand what they're trying to get done offensively. So that comes back to high basketball IQ, and we're assuming that the skill set is there. But to me, it's just understanding what you're trying to get every time down the floor and then being able to initiate that with the pass or the dribble.
Now Smith. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. There's a screen by Noel. Barnes dishes to Noel. And he banks in the layup. Noel's got 6 points.
Hey, just give Noel the rock in the post, and he knows what to do from there. Excellent presence in the low post.
Curry with it. Now Smith defending. Then Thompson kicks to Pachulia. And the wide open shot from Green. That 3 off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's Smith missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Back to Green from about 16. Count it. He's got 11.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Nowitzki against Green. Here's Barnes. It's deflected.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Pachulia with the steal. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Here's Smith. Following the score by Golden State. Pulls up on the elbow, hits the front of the rim and out.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Outside for Curry. Lets it go with the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Nowitzki's got rebound number 5 here tonight. In the corner, Smith with it. Offensive rebound. Smith drawn the double team. And so it's Dallas with it. Warriors leading by 7. Durant the pass to Curry. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Durant for three. Again, Durant missing.
I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Here's Curry. He's got 9. Pass to Thompson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Well, you know, one thing you can be certain of with the Mavs, guys, is they're going to make the most of what they have. I think Rick Carlisle, who actually spent some time as the head coach of the Pistons and the Pacers, is one of the very best in pro sports. He's a master at putting his players in the optimal position for their success.
That free throw good from Thompson. We talk about the Mavs keeping some tricks up their sleeves. Their mastery of the zone defense crucial to their 2011 title.
Yeah, you know, zone defense, Kevin, much less common than man-to-man. Teams don't see it much over the course of a season. Part of the reason that if teams play it effectively, it can be a good tool. They knew if they got good at it, they could stymie unprepared opponents, and that's what they did. Just the way they did against LeBron in Miami in those finals back in 2011.
Now here's Barea. He has 5. Barnes outside. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And a look here at the shot chart for Dallas.
This has been a pleasure to watch. The rhythm he has in his game right now, the ease with which he's able to release these shots from beyond the arc. The defense just has no answer for him, and if he's going to continue to make threes like he has, Katie barred the door.
2 shots. Roof shot.
And he makes the first.
One of the things that every great player has to have is a tremendous work ethic, and Harrison Barnes has the reputation of being an outstanding worker. He wants to be special, and he's willing to put the time in to give it a chance to happen.
He doesn't get the second one. And Clark, another thing with Barnes, he's very clear-sighted on the areas he needs to improve on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, at times he can be pretty hard on himself. That's part of how you get better. Irrational self-confidence, pretty common in this league. That's not HB, though. I mean, he's more cerebral, and his desire is what balances it all out for him.
Now here's Curry. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Shot clock at 6. Durant, an easy layup after coming off the pit. Durant's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now here's Noel. He has 6. Here's Barnes, drilled from 11 feet out. Barnes has got 18 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Barea kicks to Noel. Feeds it to Barnes. Nowitzki a screen. Off the screen. Barnes with another miss.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can. And you can write. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. Warriors leading by 8. Curry kicks to Durant. Back to Curry. From the arc. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Shots good from Young.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Barea kicks to Measuring. The pass to Powell. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Iguodala. McGee with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Warriors leading by 14. Now here's Livingston. He's got 10. Here's Young, and another basket for Golden State.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Now here's Powell. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. To the paint, here's Measuring, and he makes good on the layup. Measuring's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
West a screen on Barea. Here's Livingston, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. McDermott, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. Warriors leading by 18. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Measuring's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the left side wing. Barea with a wide open look. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Barea's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Golden State's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Young dishes to Livingston. Takes the 13-footer, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
And head coach Rick Carlisle approaching a decade with the Dallas Mavericks, and he doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, and you know that's really remarkable in a profession marked by turnover. He's pretty much anchored in there. The Mavs organization smart enough to recognize they've got one of the best in the business in the NBA, but I would even say one of the best coaches in all of pro sports.
Young outside. Wants to get it to Iguodala and does. Count that one. Iguodala's got 8 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And it's sent back by West. Now here's Iguodala. Defense right on him. He gets that one. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Smith has checked in. .105 left in the third. Powell with the screen. Smith right side. Goes up the baseline. That one no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Here's Young. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the third. Smith the pass to Curry. Back to Smith. Kicks it to Curry. 5 to shoot. Over West. The shot by Curry, no good. Warriors leading by 23. Now Livingston, 14 points for him. He kicks to Iguodala. McGee sets the pick for Iguodala. He's off from 17 feet. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense, play inside out when you can.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. They've got JaVale McGee. West is out there with Iguodala. And there's Livingston. And it's Young in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. West gets the bucket.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Now here's McDermott. Passes to Mejri. Powell kicks to Curry. Powell with the screen. Shot off the pick. Curry's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Young. Back to Livingston. West outside. McGee dishes to Livingston. And here's Young from the arc. Mavericks with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Smith the pass to McDermott. And league expansion is something that simply won't leave the conversation in the NBA right now. Clark, do you think that the NBA adding another team or two is inevitable?
I don't think it's inevitable. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a good number where we are, Kevin. It's still the best league in the world, and I think you could dilute that a bit if you added teams. So I'm fine with where we are.
For 3, Smith. But they get it back. It's stolen by West. Here's Iguodala. Out to West. Here's Young. And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
Here's Smith. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Smith showing outstanding concentration on these hard shots, even as he's getting hit.
And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal. Still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Smith. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes, Clark, are traditional NBA positions meaning less and less in the game now?
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
Now here's Thompson following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Curry kicks to Thompson. Over Smith, and Thompson gets it to go.
Yeah, once Thompson gets going, he is almost impossible to slow down. We're seeing that tonight. Their entire offense is revolving around him, and boy, is he coming through.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Noel, a screen on Curry. Smith with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And that one's good. Barnes.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Green kicks to Curry. Green, the screen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Smith against Curry. Shot from free throw range. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 18 points for Dennis Smith.
Kevin, I love the mid-range game of Smith. We don't see that a lot from a bunch of players nowadays, but he's constantly looking to let it fly from here.
Now here's Curry. Green with a screen on Matthews. Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Smith against Curry. Smith dishes to Barnes. Nowitzki a screen. Good chance here for Barnes. That one off the back iron and out.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it.
Mavericks trailed by 19. Matthews with it. Picked up by Thompson. Matthews passes to Smith. There's a screen by Noel. Poked loose. It's stolen by Curry. Now the Warriors moving it up. Thompson with the ball. No good on that one. Good D by Matthews. For Dallas, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Warriors leading by 19 points. Here's Green. Good work defensively by Nowitzki.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And the rejection by Curry. And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
There's a screen by Noel. Smith kicks to Noel. The 3 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Pachulia with the screen on Smith. It's stolen by Smith. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And Smith slams it home.
Yeah, Smith doesn't mind showing off his dunking ability. This guy can throw it down with a little flavor.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, you know, maybe not putting up the numbers he did from that impressive MVP campaign, but he is still one of the most feared players in the league on offense. And when he wants to, he can take over a game, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
And that one misses. And with Curry and his ability to put a team away in one quarter, Greg, it's absolutely incredible.
I mean, Curry just has that ability to end a game's competitiveness in a short span. What is amazing is he does so much and will often sit out the fourth quarter because of the lead he's helped to build.
Now here's Thompson. Green with a screen on Smith. Thompson from long range. It's good from long range. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he's an assassin from long range. With his size and quick release, coupled with the consistency, Thompson is a very hard man to guard beyond the arc.
Smith against Green. The drive by Smith. It's tipped. Thompson dishes to Durant. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
I thought maybe with a little more hustle, he might have been able to get around him, but he was just a step late.
And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. No good off the front iron.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Now, here's Thompson. Curry with it. Now Smith defending, and Thompson kicks to Durant. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trail by 18. Smith on the wing. The offensive rebound. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And when it comes to the paint, Noel owns it. I mean, really takes on any defender head on. And as a result, gets a lot of foul calls because of his aggressiveness. You know, Nerlens Noel made it pretty clear he was not happy with the logjam at the center position in Philly. Last season's trade cleared a path for him to show what he can do.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
That's good from Noel. And Noel has the mobility to defend 4s or 5s. The Sixers had tried him some at the power forward. But, you know, Clark, it really wasn't a fit.
No, it really was. I mean, he's a shot blocker and finisher first. I mean, you want him protecting the rim. It's clear this guy is a center.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Curry with it. Picked by Pachulia. Pachulia with the screen on Smith. Curry passes to Pachulia. He used that pick to get in close. And the Warriors lead by 18.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. There's a screen by Noel. Smith kicks to Noel. Green with the rebound.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Curry. Outside for Durant. On the wing, Thompson. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 4 assists in the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Barnes, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Barnes has got 25 points.
Barnes, one of the best catch-and-shoot guys around. Awesome at filling out the defense and then taking advantage of what's available.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Back to Thompson. Green, the screen. And it's Thompson again missing. Mavericks trailed by 19. Barnes with it, guarded now by Durant. Durant against Barnes. Over Durant. Barnes with another miss. The Warriors shooting straight 49% from the field. Green dishes to Durant. Green, the pass to Pachulia. Curry against Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Green. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Count it. And that's now 22 points for Dennis Smith.
Yeah, you can't give Smith a clear lane to the hole, Kevin. I mean, when he sees it, he gets right into the defense and takes advantage of his speed.
Now here's Curry. To the middle and stolen by Noel. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
The first one falls.
Guys, Wesley Matthews is a pure shooter. A long-range bomber who also plays lockdown defense on the perimeter. That's a heck of a combination.
Both free throws good from Matthews. And Wes Matthews, known as a two-way player. Clark, which aspect stands out to you the most? His offense or his defensive game?
Well, I think it's his offensive game from the standpoint of making the three-point shot. He's become a laser out there, and defensively very competitive, takes the challenge. He's rugged and tough, and plays with the edge of a guy who wasn't drafted. Offensively, he can post you up a little bit, too.
Here's Barnes after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
Tell you what, he might have gotten that rebound and gotten away with it if he had gone straight up, but
gentlemen,
didn't work out.
Roof shot.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Thompson outside. He feeds it to Durant. Over Barnes. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Warriors.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Steph Curry.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Mark, we've seen the bench celebration become almost an art form in the NBA over the past few seasons. Are you surprised this is a thing now?
Not at all. Again, when everything is captured and documented, and you're going to have creativity and attention-grabbing celebration, so it's just part of the landscape.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Thompson outside. The screen from Thompson. Durant attacking. Curry kicks to Green. Clock at 6. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And the Warriors lead by 17.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
they've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Yeah, and no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
Hey, watch Curry.
Curry against Smith. And here is Curry. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle a game like tonight, you would. But what's the key as you look forward to these upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Great performance tonight, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.